Warm greetings to you, brothers and sisters around the world. I'm grateful to be able to share about two meetings that we recently were able to have face-to-face. The first was in Spain, the Global LDHR meeting. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. And the second was a recent global executive team meeting held here in Orlando. It was our first face-to-face meeting as a global executive team. And wow, what a difference it makes to be able to sit in the same room together and see each other's reactions, facial expressions, to laugh together and to discuss things together that need our combined attention. We did some fun things. First was to kind of look at how our cultures work together or not, like ways we need to be considerate of one another. The second was we actually spent some time discussing crucial conversations and how do we have them? How do we come at them differently based on our own influence from the past and our current influences? It was a fruitful time and it set up a really great discussion on a number of things. One of the fun moments for me was just a brainstorm on missional gap and how would we go about identifying and potentially moving forward on large missional gaps that we can see around the world. More to come on that later. But probably one of the most profound moments of the week happened on the last day that we were together, and someone raised the question, could we be faithful to our calling, mission, vision, values, and lose our DNA as a movement? It's a good, thought-provoking question. What made it a profound moment for me was the spontaneous prayer time as we considered our role as global leaders. What does it mean for us to embody the DNA of our movement and realizing all of us have gaps to come before the Lord and to pray that He'll make us the kind of people who will be faithful to our calling as a movement, and to join arms together in that effort was super meaningful for me. Yeah, one of the best moments of the week in my book. Back to the meeting in Spain with the global LDHR team. I was same thing. There's nothing like being together to discuss things that need to be looked at. And I think we're all in the journey of figuring out how do we lead in this new structure? What does initiative look like? What does coaching look like? What does resourcing national ministries look like? And where are the lines? And we're figuring those out. It was good. But one of the highlights of the week for me there was a meeting with some of the members of the Spanish national ministry team, Nacho Marquez, Garrick Frogner, and Hema. I'm sorry, I won't remember your family name. But we spent some time brainstorming on ideas for recruiting, as well as looking at a tool that's in the process of development that we're calling the LDHR staging tool. And the idea came about as a result of thinking about the new structure. We've had this tool in position before, but it was mostly for area LDHR leaders to think about what countries need at different stages. As we began to think about it, we realized a lot of people don't have a way to start to think about building LDHR capacity. They look at the large countries and they see everything they have, and they may think that we need to reproduce that no matter what stage of development our country ministry is in. So it was an interesting discussion to kind of test this tool out with those three leaders for Spain. And we quickly realized that they had elements of things that were needed in all three stages and things that were missing from stages 1 and 2. So it gave us a good idea that this might be a way for leaders to be able to assess where they need to pay more attention in terms of their LDHR capacity going forward. We're going to talk about that this week in our Global LDHR team meeting. I will probably introduce it to some of the VPs to kind of test the ideas out. But you can look for that coming in the near future. I think one of the realities is we do have some things that we know work well and really help people to grow and develop. We have some tools and practices and processes that are helpful for countries at different stages and operations. But getting those out there to everyone to kind of make it normal for someone at the national level to understand and have access to them is one of the challenges that we're doing. So look for that to come. We're trying to look at it from the standpoint of we're learning, we're growing, and if we'll continue to take steps toward facilitating meeting the needs of national ministries, we'll be so happy, right? On a personal note, I'm looking forward to taking a sabbatical in August through November, and coming after that major reorg at the global level, I am ready for a little bit of a break. So if you would, you can include me in your prayers for a refreshing time as we head into that season, and for wisdom on how to do some of the pre-work that will enable me to have a restful time. Thank you so much for all that you're doing. You realize when we begin to look at what's happening in regions, what's happening at the country level, some of the stories that are coming in from local initiatives, it's just a wonderful time to be serving the Lord, to grow in our relationship with Him, to pay attention to His voice as He shows us opportunities in what has been a fairly uncertain season over the last few years. There's uncertainty in the world, and yet there is the constant faithfulness of our Lord Jesus and His promises to us to be with us and to ask in His name for whatever it is we need. So until the next time, I just want to wish you God's favor and blessing on everything that you're doing to move the mission forward where you live and serve Him.